Okay, we're going to look now at the marketing mix, and this is a staple part of marketing. Whether you've studied it for 10 minutes or 10 years, everyone knows about the marketing mix. So let's just look at the picture there is Professor Neil Borden, Harvard Business School. Now, he built in the work of other people where he sort of just summarized it as, oh, look, we're talking here about product, price, promotion, and place. Mentioned before, alliteration, we love it in marketing. So and he's just like a chef, just that's why the picture above you got a chef can give them all the ingredients and they mix and match whatever they need, whatever type of meal they're trying to make for their whatever client, they'll use it in that way. And it's the same for marketing. You've got these ingredients, how you combine them is up to you at a certain point in time. And these are the 4 Ps, right? So don't get hung up in this that you need to memorize them. It's just a generalization here. So when we're talking about product, you know, the product range you've got, the quality, design, the brand name, even the packaging. Now, obviously, in some businesses, packaging is not important. For something like an Easter egg, extremely important. For other things like, a packet of nails, not important at all. So again, back to the ingredients, you choose and decide what's important for you. There's about price, you're looking at the list price, maybe about credit, maybe about discrimination. Again, we'll come back to and look at this in more depth later on, how you charge different prices for different people here. Promotion, which we tend to talk about as communication these days. Whether you're advertising, PR, direct marketing, sponsors, all these things. Some firms, if you're in the cigarette industry, you say, well, we can't advertise. We're not allowed this. So you can't do that anyway. Whereas other firms, they can do it. Place is distribution. It's how you get your product onto the shelf in the first place, and it's about the transport, it's about your locations for shops, etc. So the 4 Ps: product, price, promotion, and place. And that was fine. Marketing's fine. It goes along over the years, and then as it emerges, people think there are other elements to it as well. And this is why, because marketing's evolved, people say, well, actually, people. So whether we've got 4 Ps, 7 Ps, nine, I've seen 9 or 13 Ps. Just remember it's that a mix, it's ingredients, you pick and choose what's relevant for your needs. But people are important, and this is about the staff that you have, customer care, how you train them, how you reward them, and you would take something like Disney again. The staff there are, you know, Mickey Mouse here and Minnie Mouse are on stage. Even someone who's maybe just helping out, they're on stage. So this idea about the people that how you choose them is so important. The process is how the service is delivered now. I picked here a gambling app that you don't need shops now. You can be on your phone and how you press a button. So the process, how you do it here is extremely simple. And, so the process is a bit dull and boring anyway. And the physical evidence is when you look at something, for example, there's a restaurant, Nando's there, you might look and think, well, that looks quite good, quite efficient. Could also apply to process, how certain restaurants, whether it's sit down or whether it's you stand up, etc. All these things here. But the physical evidence is what you look at. Now you could look and think, oh, that's quite dirty, that's not clean, and you would go away. But Nando's obviously don't have that, so you would go in there. It's a bit like you would maybe look at a restaurant or a pub or some place and think, no, I'm not going in there at all. So 4 Ps, 7 Ps: people, process, physical evidence. Now this link should take you to psychometric, that's easy for me to say, testing. Now this is why something like retailers would talk about people. To go for a job, they'll give you a test before you even get to the interview stage, psychometric testing. And this is where the marketing and HR comes together. Remember, if we think in marketing, it's a holistic approach. So if people are so important, how you select and recruit them is very important. And this picture here is, I think, from maybe Marks and Spencer's type of quiz, employment application thing, and you go through and through it to try and get this is for a simple part-time job. This link here to Harvard Business Review. Now you may need to register with Harvard Business Review and to pay to get this story. It's free, but you'll get so many a month from them, so you should be doing this. Now, basically about Zappos, whether they still do this, I'm not too sure, but the general principle is how important people are. When you recruit people, at the end of it, they say, right, you've got the job, congratulations, but they make an offer, something like $2,000, $3,000 not to take the job. Right, so the idea is, congratulations, you got the job, here's $3,000 to walk away. Now, why would they do that? Well, apparently it's because if you think this, if you've spent an interview saying, yeah, I'm committed, I'm motivated, this is the company I want to work for, and they're giving you money to go away, and you, yeah, I'll take the money. You couldn't have wanted that job in the first place. You've just been saying that. And so if you're a bad employee, that would have shown up further down the line. Whereas the people who do say, no, no, I'll reject the money, I want to work for you, they've then got to justify they've made the right decision by working hard. Now, that's an extreme suggestion, that's an extreme way of doing things, but could that be the way ahead? Is this how you sort out to get the people right for your job? Now, this is just a diagram. We like putting them up here. Whereas with the 4Ps before, these are all the things. Remember, it's a menu, right? So if you look at process, the design, self-service technologies, even McDonald's, you walk in, there's a self-service, you touch, press it, etc. I've even used one of these in France. You don't have to speak English. You can press a button, changes it to English. You don't have to speak French even. Changes it to English, and you order, c'est vrai, merci beaucoup, right? There's the people, there's a place, so all these things here, right? But just get the thing we're probably looking at is when you see target market, brand positioning, and market mix. Later on, we'll be looking at how the segmentation and branding are also important within this marketing mix. Now, I mentioned here, 4Ps. Some people say, oh, wait a minute, we've also got the 4Cs, and I've also think I've seen the 4Ss, but communication. Instead of promotion, we do talk about communication now. Instead of the price, well, what's the cost to the customer, right? And what's the convenience instead of the place? And for the product, well, what about the customer? So same thing. It's really just 4Ps, 4Cs. It's just the same approach, just different letters. This is just going a wee bit further here again. So I like to throw in things just to keep you on your toes, but this is one from so that's an e-consultancy. So there's a link to it there. You can, and it's about the modern marketing model, and what they're saying is, look, we're in a digital age, and things are much more complicated. And if you see here, around the edges, if we start at number one, you get strategy, marketing orientation, customer insight, branding value, segmentation, positioning, the customer experience. It's got here customer experience and content, distribution, promotion, data and measurement. So, and within this, planning and strategy and analysis. So it's just trying to get it in here that don't get hung. Don't think, if you know the 4Ps, you know marketing. You don't. Knowing the 4P, I could know the ingredients for a recipe, but I couldn't make it, because I'm not a master chef or any kind of chef. So it's the same thing here. You can memorize the market mix all you like. How you use it, how you adapt to it, much more important. This is all. Remember we said about Kotler. The main things of the marketing concept, and one was integrating the marketing mix. And this is where we say that you just make sure, use a phrase, we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. For example, like you compare and contrast the marketing mix of Rolex with Poundland. Okay, so Rolex have got what's his name there, Federer. I think it's Federer. So a global star, a global star, paying him a lot of money because it's an expensive watch, only getting certain outlets. You won't find it down, the marketplace somewhere, well, unless except for the illegal versions selling it there. So they'll choose who sells a product. It's a high price that goes with it, and it's a crafted watch here. So that's coordinated. And if you think about the, Poundland, well, Poundland is really, whether it's everything's £1 there. The location, you won't find them in expensive or the rich areas of the UK, you'll find it in, ordinary high streets, maybe not as affluent areas, selling things like this, and everything's £1, so they know totally different things here. So it's just really for all these things that are packaging, for example, dairy milk, Cadbury's, obviously they've got, the packaging's important there. Now, the key thing in this is that not all market mix factors carry equal value. So for something like Quick Fit, they would be saying packaging, we don't need that. So it's all, whereas for a pram, the design is important there and selling it within a retail outlet, how they, explaining it to them, etc. Whereas paracetamol, it's like a standard product here. We all know about it. We don't need to be explained it. We just buy it. And it can often be for the price, the cheapness of it. So different things in different ways. Even in UWS, for example, pricing is not a sort of thing that would be is major for us, because it's a stand. Most of our fees come set by government or come from them. So this is just saying here, really, if we look at this diagram from Dib Simkin, around the edges, well, if you look at the center, we've got the customer, right? Customer, buyer, consumer satisfaction, that's at the heart of everything. And around that, we've got product, right? People, service, engagement. You've got the place, you've got the promotion, you've got the price, right? The 4 Ps. Around the edges, you've got, brand positioning and target market. Well, we'll be looking at target, which markets you should go for and how you can gain that advantage and how the brand is. So we're looking at that. And then the outer rim is the external forces that you cannot control. And again, in the external environment, we'll be looking at the legal issues and society and economics and technology. So remember this, at the heart of it is still customer satisfaction. So usually the mix factors are under control of the firm and can be changed when required, but some more easily than others. Not always. Some firms will say, well, we can't change that. It's, price may be set by the government. But the uncontrollable factors are out with the control of the firm. So this is why what we're looking at here, the market mix is internal, and the uncontrollable factors, which we come on to next, are external. And they've got a relationship because changes in the external environment impact upon the internal environment. If you're in a recession, price becomes a major issue there. I think that's the last slide, so thanks for listening.